Hello, welcome to the replay. If you're watching the replay, let me know. I was trying to go live from my computer instead of my phone because I haven't been able to see comments lately, but the live isn't working on my computer for some reason. And I don't want to be super late on here, so I'll have to fiddle around with it another time, but maybe I can still see comments from my computer if there are any. So, welcome. If you're new to me, I'm Jessica Loper. Hi, Rachel. Oh, I can see comments today. That's great. That's great. It's been a while since I've been able to see comments. Okay, now I just got to set this somewhere because this isn't where I normally set up. How are you doing, Rachel? Hang on just a second. There we go. Okay, so, hi Carla. How are you? Every Monday I get on and do this to give you just a boost for the week, just some guidance for the week, all right? So, all right. Yesterday I was thinking about if there was anything coming up for today, and I kept feeling like there's a lot right now around being truthful and speaking truthful. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Glad you're doing good, Rachel. I'm doing well. I just got back from vacation, so I'm feeling refreshed and renewed. So, hi Shelby, how are you? Good to see you on here. Thank you. Good to see you. I was thinking like there's a lot about speaking truthful, right? And we hear a lot about speaking our truth. And many of you, like, you have a business or you want to start a business, like, of course it is going to be very important for you to speak truthfully, all right? And it takes practice. I look back like how much has evolved over the years, and if you're struggling with speaking your truth or being truthful, whether it's online, whatever, in your business, I would invite you to come back to your everyday personal relationships, okay? Anytime you feel like you're having a hard time like speaking up or sharing an opinion, or you just feel like there's something off in the way you're speaking or sharing, and sometimes we get in our ego too, that can be part of it, but some of it is just that it is uncomfortable for us to start speaking more as our true self. So a good way to work with that is just practice like with your friends, your family, maybe it's kids, parents, neighbors, like the people in your everyday life, okay? Are you able to say no? If someone asks you a question, are you giving them an honest answer, or are you telling them what they want to hear, you know? And I think it's helpful to remember that like you can be honest and kind at the same time. Sometimes you have to take a pause and take a breath, but I think that starts to become who you are, and then it's easier when that becomes who you are. It is who you are, but you kind of have to practice, right? It's like these patterns we have to unlearn, right? Because many of you, I know I like grew up where I was very much a people pleaser, right? Kind of a doormat. Like it took me a long time to come out of that. And I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but I've come a long way. But that's going to help you so much in your business. So just that reminder, speak truthfully, okay? All right, so I did pull some cards. And we got Page of Fire. This is from the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. All right, Page of Fire. Okay, so this week is going to be a really good week for you to either, it feels like kind of two different things. So for some of you, it's like a new idea, a new project, right? So like really good energy for just something new. And it could be something small. It could be something just getting you out of your comfort zone. What have you been feeling like you want to do or you want to change? Okay. And change is the other thing. Like for some of you, it feels like not necessarily some new creation as much as it is letting go of something you've been doing. Like what have you been doing that's not working? Maybe you need to pivot or reevaluate, okay? But like there's an action step. It feels like either way, there's an action step, okay? I mean, it could be simple. It could be something like making a post or sending an email, but like, what is it, right? There's something needs to shift. Something needs to change. Something needs to be, something a little different, right? And this is a good thing though. It means like you're evolving. So Rachel said, that was so me, a people pleaser, been working on it through, but this year is a huge new breakthrough, learning big time. Can't wait to see it at the end of the year. Yeah, that's great, Rachel. I'm glad that you've been able to work through that and have like a breakthrough. That's amazing. Good job. Yeah. Doesn't it feel good though when you work through it? And sometimes like the first time you respond to someone in a new way and they're not expecting it and you feel like, oh, I disappointed them, or it feels weird, but then you're like, oh, it feels so good too, right? Okay. All right. So new ideas, new projects. Like for me too, coming back to the project thing and like reevaluating, for me, like I've been getting this feeling for the past few weeks that like I need to let go of my free discovery call, which feels scary to me, right? But like I just keep feeling it. I keep feeling like you need to just eliminate this, right? Because there's something about it that just doesn't feel right anymore. Like I don't need it anymore. Like I think what it is that I've noticed is that the people that work with me and come to me, most of them know they want to work with me without getting on a free call. Like either they're drawn to me or they're not. Either they think I can help them or they don't. Like I don't know, but it's like kind of uncomfortable for me. Like, but I'm still growing. I'm still changing. I'm still like, I have to follow my intuition. And so, yeah, that's one thing. Like, so I think I'm going to make like Friday my last day to get a free call. And then I'm just going to reevaluate. And I think instead of a free call, I'm going to have like some kind of low ticket offer that's really similar to my free call. But like, I also give guidance on my free call, like, so I don't know. It's just like that energy exchange. Like there's something shifting and changing like within my business. So I'm like, I feel like that's kind of like what I'm reevaluating this week, and it can be kind of scary to like make those changes. Cause part of me, I don't know, part of it's a little uncomfortable, but like, I know I have to do it. So if there's something you're kind of been afraid to let go of or afraid to change, maybe it's a service you offer. Maybe you're trying to help too many different people. Maybe you need to niche down. Maybe you need to go in a different direction and it feels a little uncomfy, but if you feel that and you're supposed to do it, like do it. Yeah, it is. It's an example of trusting. Okay. All right. So heart chakra is what came up for, I pulled the chakra card. This is from Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. Great big love. Okay, so I feel like this particularly, I feel like is that reminder to drop back into your heart, okay? Because like anytime, like an example like would be, like for me, anytime I start worrying about views too much or like content, like things stop working. Like, and I'm also getting familiar with my pattern, okay? My way of being consistent and creating content, my own ebb and flow of how that is. And that's something that like when you're creating content, when you're growing a business, you're growing an audience online, like you have to get familiar with yourself. You have to get to know yourself and you have to figure out what your way of being consistent is, because you're not going to be like this all the time. You're not going to ride a wave and then never fall off the wave. Like that's not the way it works, So like anytime I feel like I've been riding the wave and the wave is starting to crash, it's that reminder that like I need to get back in my heart. I need to get out of my ego. I need to quit checking to see how many views I got, or if anybody commented, or like sometimes like I have these bursts where like my content is just like on fire and I'm just like pushing stuff out and it's getting engagement or views are going up, and like then I start thinking like it's just going to be this way all the time. And it's not. Like then there comes a day where like things drop, or I'm in a mood, or I'm not getting any new ideas, and then I get frustrated, and then I'm posting just to post. I don't post just to post as much as I used to, because I've gotten more familiar with my pattern and I can usually catch it before I go there. But I'm human. I still go there sometimes. But it is like when you feel like that wave crashing, like it's not a bad thing. It's like a natural ebb and flow. And if you feel like, I'm using the example of content, but this could be another area of your business as well. Maybe it's getting clients, like maybe you get a bunch of clients at once and then you don't get any at all. Or like subscribers or views, whatever it is, okay? But the example of content is like anytime that happens and I feel like that wave is starting to come down, I'm finally to a place where like it doesn't freak me out anymore. Like it doesn't make me feel like I'm off or I did something wrong. Instead, it's just like, oh, okay, it's time to rest. It's time to take a social media break. It's time to spend time with myself, time to get to know myself. And when I do that, when I come back to myself, it also helps me to come back to my heart space with my business as well. Okay? Like connect to yourself, connect to your own heart. And then it is easier to connect to like your greater purpose, like creating from the heart. What's really going to help people? What do people need? What can I do that's actually going to help someone? So yeah, just that reminder this week as you're creating, or if you have like a new idea or pivoting, or there's something like creating from the heart, like what really matters. What is it you really do for people? What is it that really is going to help them, And a lot of you, you're figuring out your style. You're figuring out how you connect with people. And like for some of you, it's leading by example, or just, helping people like figuring out that way that you do that. But like, just come back to your heart. Okay, last two cards, and we're going to wrap this up. These are from Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. And we pulled Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Just reminding you like to answer the call. I think any of you who are on here live or watching the replay, you feel the call. You do. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be watching this if you didn't. Like, you have a higher calling. So it's just reminding you that, like, have you answered the call? Doesn't that feel good though? Answering the call. And a lot of you, I feel like you feel like there's like a deeper level. If you're watching this, like, have you been feeling like there's an even deeper level within yourself? And I think that even comes back to what I was talking about in the beginning about speaking truthfully. Speaking truthfully is very, very connected to answering the call, and that like knowing there's something deeper within you that's like ready to come out, Have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, and last card. I love this. This is always a good one. Trust your path. Trust your path. Okay. It says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? This is another good way to connect to the heart space and make sure that you're creating from the heart is like, what would you do if you were completely supported? Like if money wasn't an issue, time wasn't an issue, like what is it you would do for people? What is it you would want for people? What is it that you would do? That's another really good way to connect to like your passion and connect to your heart is like, what would you do if like you were totally supported? There were no blocks. There were just no barriers, right? Okay. What would you do? All right. And Shelby says, yes, I'm craving such a deeper journey right now. I love that. Yep. And that is going to flow out into your business. It is. It is. It already is, Shelby. I know, because I've seen some of what you're doing and there's something different about you. Right? Okay. So this is a good journal question too. If you feel like, if you're someone that likes to journal, this could be a great journal question for you this week. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay? All right. I think I don't know. I feel like this week is just kind of that energy of like, take a step, take an action step. You got this. Be truthful, right? Being truthful, getting to know yourself, being true to yourself, speaking more truthfully, that is definitely going to help you be more confident. It is very connected to confidence. So I do have my free call until Friday. So if you're feeling like you want a free call before it ends, let me know. And then I'll share with you guys when I have my reevaluated packages and sessions that I'm working on. I'm going to be working on that this week. But if you feel like you need some extra guidance with your next step, then book a free call while you can. I mean, I'll still have other things after that. It's just the way I'm presenting it is going to be changing. So take care, and I hope you all have a great week. And if you know what's changing, what you're creating, what your action step is, you're welcome to comment or post in here later in the week. If you want to share with us, you're welcome to share in here. Okay, I'll be back next Monday at the same time. Bye.